Hello, Om Shanti. Good evening. Welcome.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Good evening. Om Shanti. Hope everyone is doing well. Today we have chosen the topic, the fire of meditation. The fire of meditation. It is like a fiery form of meditation. You can say powerful meditation. Like in Sunday, Baba said on Sunday that we do meditate, we do have good experiences also in meditation, but in order for transformation to take place, this sound come. In order for transformation to take place, we need the volcanic form of meditation, right? In Hindi, we can say Jwalamukhi Yoga, or we can say powerful yogas. But it's all about the fire, right? The fire of meditation. So the thought was to kind of try and go into a little bit of depth of what it means to have a fire form of meditation, and how does it help the soul, and then what are some of the practical ways in which we can experience this, right? So one is the ordinary meditation, and another is the, we can say, the fire, the meditation which has like a fire, or the volcanic meditation. So the word fire, right? Fire is, we can say, represents a flame. We can say, represents a volcano. Like sometimes in Hindi we call it bhatti. Bhatti is also the same, right? Bhatti means where there is this intense, attention. There's intense attention on then creating this stage through which our old sanskars will get burned away. So one is to transform, but the other is one is to transform at a physical level, but the other is to burn away at a subtle level, right? And so when something is burnt, then it's like its form is changed. So if a paper is burnt, it becomes an ash. So from ash, we can't create the paper back. So which means like there are some sanskars, because we souls carry the seeds of body consciousness for 2500 years. So there are some sanskars or unconscious memories that are so deeply ingrained that it's not possible to transform them unless we actually, burn them. Right? So if there is a haystack and we, light up one corner of it, then eventually it will all catch fire and everything will be burned. So same happens inside also. Right? So let's see, we have an ordinary meditation and a fiery form of meditation. So if we were to differentiate between the two, how will we differentiate? So ordinary meditation, जिसको हम कहते हैं साधारण याद, या a fiery form of meditation, ज्वाला रूप की याद. So how do we differentiate the two? Any thoughts? Right, so in ordinary meditation, we will have attention, we will feel relaxed, we will have some experience also, and that will help us also in, making us feel light and easy. But, it's like some sanskars that we know are deep there, they won't change. from time to time. So when we meditate, we'll feel good. But then later on, again, when a situation comes or when a test paper comes, again, we'll see that that sanskar is still there. That sanskar hasn't changed. So that's the sign that, the meditation really needs to get to that level where we actually are able to burn it. Right? Mhm. Mm. So we'll discuss few of the things that Baba has mentioned from time to time about this. And if we just look at from a scientific perspective, you say a flame, a fire. So if we were to define fire, what is fire? From a physics standpoint, what is fire? And how do we create a fire or a flame? What is needed for it?
Like burning energy. It's a form of energy that's being burned.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
gases are burned.
Yeah. Right. 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 And if we really see, like, and there, so many huge automobiles and airplanes that work, but how are they working? What is empowering them? What is powering them is actually flame. It's actually combustion. It's the energy in the fuel that is, released when it burns, and that energy actually propels large automobiles and aeroplanes even forward, isn't it? Welcome. So there is so much energy that is released when the fuel burns. And if we think about, what happens. Hello, Sirat, how are you? So if we really see, like, like in an engine, there are certain steps. There's certain. It's not just the fuel, is there and you just burn it just like that. There is a way in which there's a process that we need to follow in order for the combustion to be efficient, very efficient, right? So that the maximum torque is, output is generated, right? And so there's so much that we can learn from it, right? So what happens in an engine is there is this fuel that is, that we take, and then it has to mix well with the air. If it is not mixed well with the air, it won't burn properly. Right? And then that mixture needs to be compressed. We all know, right, how an engine works. That mixture needs to be compressed. And then at a particular point in time, we call it the optimal point. That's where the spark is initiated, right? And that's where the mixture catches fire. And that's where the energy gets released, right? Mhm. So in the same way, if we really think about this from a spiritual perspective, so we have knowledge, we have knowledge, but somewhere we have to mix it well, right? We have to prepare the charge. That's why Baba would say that without proper churning or reflection, you really can't meditate well. Mhm. So if I'm not churning, internally any gyan, and I'm just sitting and I'm saying I'm a soul, I won't experience much. So this charge preparation has to happen. So once the charge is prepared, like every day we listen to, spiritual wisdom. So reflection means I internalize it. I reflect on it. How does it apply to me? Right? And when I have, created that, mixture, then the spark is the spark of pure love for Baba, for God. And then when that spark happens, then the flame actually propagates. And then the energy which is there in the fuel, which means the energy that is there in the knowledge, that gets released, and that will transform and empower the soul. Yeah. And so there's this whole process, right? Sometimes you would know that, right? We all have driven vehicles. Sometimes the engine will misfire, right? We'll start, but it won't start, right? Sometimes if it is very cold, it won't start. Sometimes if it is very rich, the mixture is very rich, it won't start. It has to reach like what we call it a stoichiometric mixture. It is mixed properly. It shouldn't be too lean, it shouldn't be too rich. And so that's what, like during the day also, how much I'm preparing my mind, that also helps me the next day to actually experience that form of meditation. And then slowly, so this is like it's like a process, right? So in compression, what compression does is it increases the temperature of the mixture. So compression means that my valves are now closed. I'm not inletting anything else. So which means that I compress means I keep on, revising, reflecting, which means I'm compressing it. Right? And that's why, Baba would say, okay, keep a chart means don't lose track, don't lose focus, just keep working on it, keep working on it. Why? Because then I'm not diluting any of that mixture. I'm not letting it go. And then when at the right time, especially in the morning time, when we remember Baba, God, with, a true, honest heart, then, it actually creates that, fire of yoga. And that's where the energy gets released. Mhm. There is a nice little quote, and it says, so learning the fire of it says, meditation is like a fire. It will not burn you, but it will burn everything which is not you. Mhm. Right. So everything which is not you. So what is not you? What does it mean? What is not me? Mhm.
Body. Body.
The, right? The body and the old sanskars, the old personalities, the old habits, the old thought patterns, everything which is not me. Yeah, meditation will actually burn it away. And this intense volcanic meditation. And another analogy is like a furnace, right? Anyone been to a furnace? Right? Mm. So furnace is where um, bricks are kept. Right? So bricks that are raw, that are not able to, it's like a clay only, right? And then when they are put in a furnace, right? Then after some time, it will become very hard. Right? Mhm. And the same is the case here, right? With the soul. And so when we actually sit in a bhatti for a long time, and we've all experienced it, and that's where the intense uh, energy that is released from yoga, it will make the soul very strong, powerful. Right? Because knowledge alone is not enough. We need power. Right? And power comes from yoga. There is no other way to transform, right, other than yoga. Another quote, it says, the most powerful weapon on earth is the human soul on fire. Which means the human soul which is enlightened. And fire means always enlightened, always empowered, right? That is the most powerful weapon, even stronger than which weapon that the world doesn't want anyone to use?
Nuclear.
Nuclear.
Nuclear. Even more powerful than that, Baba says, is the weapon of the soul, right? The Atmic, right? Because there's so much energy that is contained within, right? And which means, like, when we are lit, always means when the fire is there, the fire is not extinguished, which means there is light, right? So it says dark is not opposite of light. It's just the absence of light. Similarly, a problem is absence of an idea, not absence of a solution. Right? Which means that if I'm having any worry or anything in the mind, it just means that it's absence of yoga. Right? Because I'm not in my yoga, that's why I'm thinking about whatever it is. And so with this realization, it's very easy to not blame anyone for anything, really. Right? If I'm feeling anything in my mind, it's because I don't have proper yoga. That's it. And so if I have proper yoga, and if I reach that stage of the fire of meditation, then there is no problem at all. So rather than dealing with the problem, right, what I need to just do is just enhance my quality and power of yoga. Right? And that automatically solves, everything. And whether it be my problem or whoever's, whatever, or the world problem. And that's why, even, we have heard so many times, whenever an incident happens, something happens in the world, we all hear about it, we all know about it, but then always Baba says, what do you do about it, right? So what can we do is just to sit in yoga and reach that stage where we can generate that light, and that light can then reach all the souls in the world. Right? And so if you look at this fire, there are three elements to it in regards to the fire. What are the three elements? So the three elements are right. And three important aspects. The first is to ignite the fire. Right? First, the fire has to be ignited somewhere. Like, we have a matchstick, we have a lighter somewhere. It just generally you can't, just have it automatically, but you have to ignite it. So that's the first step. The second is you have to keep it alive. Means, right, like a candle or a diya, you have to keep pouring more and more oil, right? Otherwise, it will extinguish. Right? And the third aspect is you have to protect it from outside influences. You have to, put something so that the air doesn't blow it off. So in the same way, it's like ignite the fire means love for the divine, love for God. And so Gyan and Yoga, through this, the fire will be ignited. And then during the day, it shouldn't be that I just, uh, just let it go, but I have to keep pouring the oil of knowledge, which is reflection. Right? So from time to time, I reflect. That's why Baba says, take a point, just one point of the Murli, and just keep on reflecting so that you're actually pouring that oil. Right? So it doesn't, the flame is not, reduced. Right? And then the third is be aware of Maya, because what is Maya's job? To extinguish the flame. And when the flame is extinguished, then it takes some time and effort to actually create it, light it again. So then don't let it extinguish means if there is any waste thought that is coming, we have to pay attention and stop it then and there. Otherwise, it will just come and take over the mind and it will extinguish the flame. And then once the flame is extinguished, we are now in darkness and we can't see. And then everything becomes a problem. Then we have lost sight, we have lost the plot. And then that's where the old sanskars will just emerge. And then that's where it's like the old self will completely overpower the soul. Right? And then Maya will rule our mind. And it will make the soul peaceless. That's what it will do. Right? And so just realizing that this is very easy effort. And so what I have to do is just during the early morning hours, and that's what we all do, right? Is just spend some time with Baba and, spend some time in kind of, igniting that, right? So reaching that stage. So it could be through the morning meditation, it could be through the Murli, right? But the intention is this, right? That we're actually creating a stage through Gyan and Yoga. We're creating that stage where now the soul is empowered, the soul is lit. And then during the day, don't have to do anything much. Just have to enjoy every action that we do and also just keep on reflecting on something. That's it. So that the flame is there alive. And then also, when we are especially on the field of action, right, we have to be just attentive. So as soon as something, and we all know that, something is coming to extinguish the flame, as soon as we realize, we have to just pay attention. So in this simple way, we can easily create the fiery form and then keep it alive, right? Acha. So there are some excerpts from one of the Murlis, and we'll try and go through some of it, and where some deep points about this maintaining the stage of meditation have been shared. Right? Just read a few. So in this little excerpt, Baba says that let remembrance not be ordinary. When it is ordinary, I think of myself as a soul, but don't quite go as far as becoming an embodiment. Means I think, okay, I am a soul, everyone is a soul, but I'm not an embodiment of it. I still feel I am this role, and I'm trying to think about the soul. I'll try to think I'm a point of light, something like that. I understand the sanskars, but there isn't a transformation that takes place. For that to happen, for transformation to happen, I need extra force, extra power, extra fire that is capable of burning away the old completely, such that no trace is left. Sometimes we think we have changed only to find that old sanskar shows up again the next day. Right? Sometimes we think we have changed, but actually we haven't. When the remembrance is not powerful enough, we beat the sanskar, but we don't burn it. Right? We may beat it, means for some situation, we may have gained victory over it, but we have not burned it. Right? Burning only happens in a hot, powerful volcano. So that's the only way to burn it. And then there's one point, and very, very interesting point, that comes in this paragraph. It says, the main and easy effort for making my remembrance of the volcanic form is to constantly have the one deep concern. We'll just pause here and invite answers. What does everyone feel? And in this, Baba says, like, there is one concern if I have as a soul, then the remembrance will become volcanic very easily. What is that one concern inside? And it is related to the month of July. That's a hint.
I have to go home.
Yes, yes. So July is the month of Didi Manmohini, right? And that was her slogan, Ab Ghar Jana Hai. Baba says, I now have to return home. With this awareness, I automatically go beyond all relationships and all attractions. That is, I become a detached observer. Then, when I sit in remembrance, my intellect is not pulled by anything. So when there is this deep concern, I have to go home, I have to go home, I have to go home. It is able to fully connect with Baba, with God. I easily become the Father's companion and equal to the Father. Then the soul can easily experience God's company. So this deep one concern that I have to return home, return home, return. So what is our home? What is our home? What is our home?
Paramdham.
Paramdham, right? Paramdham. So returning home, what does it really mean?
Leaving all the things here.
Leave here, yeah, we have to return. Yeah, make preparations. Yeah. Mhm. We realize that, if we are away from, yes, and someone wants to say something, yes.
Sorry, I was just going to say, keeping the guest conscious in mind.
Yes,
that
conscious.
I have to go back.
I have
Nothing
to go.
belongs to me.
Yeah. Just day before yesterday, was it day before, we were in Chicago, and right. And after the event was over, we're like, now we have to go home. Right? We have to go home now. We have to reach in good time. That was the concern, right? If there was traffic, we're like, no, let us, beat the traffic so that we don't get stuck. Because internally, we feel we have to return home, right? So, in the same way, when we realize that as a soul, we have been here for a long time, and it's now, the cycle of time is such that we have to go back to where we came from. Mhm. And so then, when we had this concern to return home, even though the, Chicago family world was saying, oh, stay back, there's another event, stay back. We're like, no, we have to go now. Otherwise, we'll be late. So, oh no, we have made this for you. And no, there is a, ice cream for you. And no, that's fine. In the evening. That means there will be attractions, but the mind won't go, right? They'll say, no, I have to go back. Right? Mm. So, yeah. So in the same way, when the soul feels it is now time for me to return home, it is only then that, I can. So it's like there's no leakage of the energy then. Otherwise, during the day, the energy gets leaked, and then it is difficult to, create that fire again. So that was Didi Manmohini's mantra. Now I have to go. Ab ghar jana hai, ab ghar jana hai, ab ghar jana hai. Mhm. Mm. Um, when it was COVID, then everyone was advised to stay
Indoors.
indoors. Why? Because if you are indoors, then what won't happen to you? You will be safe.
Safe.
You'll be safe.
Protected.
Yeah, you're protected. Protected from
The virus.
the virus. Yeah. Because if you go out, then the virus will attack. The same the case with us too. If I actually just feel no, I have to be home. I have to be in my home. Then I'm safe from Maya.
Maya.
Maya is like a virus, isn't it? It is invisible. Virus is invisible. You can't see, but it will attack. In the same way, that is Maya also. Yeah. And so just this one concern. I have to go home. I have to go home. I have to go. Because then I realize there's nothing actually that I can take with me from here. Right? Right? And so only that which I can take, only that I'll carry with me. Right? And I'll pay attention to, whatever is important for me to carry with me. And whatever I can't, I won't pay attention to it. Is it? And so then when as a soul, I remember that what I can take back with me is, what can I take back with me as a soul? Only my good deeds. Good karma. Exactly. There's nothing else that can, right? Be it any position, be it any possession, be it any credit, any achievement, I can't take back. So the moment I leave the body, everything just stays. I may have become the CEO or whatever, like just an example. But the moment I leave, I can't take anything with me. But it's only, whatever, blessings that I have accumulated from the heart, whatever good actions that I have performed, only that I will take with me, nothing else. Souls that have had near-death experiences, they have been medically proven, right? And they share that. So what happens is the moment they leave the body, their entire life story comes in front of them. It's like a movie reel, all the different scenes. And that's then they remember all their good deeds and the not so good deeds. Now, in the good deeds, what do they remember? Right? Or in the beautiful moments. So there was one example. So he was the, CEO of some company. He has achieved a lot in his life. But in his near-death experience, he doesn't remember any of it. But what he remembers is there was one instance where he was buying something in a grocery store, and then, he was in a rush. He was going out, but then he saw like a 4 or 5 year old child, and the child was, you know, crying because the child got lost. He was looking for his mother somewhere. So this person, he actually spent 5 minutes with this child until the child found his mother. Now, this little act, he remembered. Right? This little act. it's not so important, right, in this scheme of things. But he remembered this. And he had, because when he came back to his body, he said, I had forgotten about it. Even I was living my life. But when I died, I remembered, right? Because it he didn't calculate it. It was a very genuine expression of, doing something for the others. Now, not out of thinking what I will get back in return. Right. So when I remember, I have to go back. So my focus will be completely different. Right? And that will allow me. So they say that there is a relation between good and God. So if I keep on thinking good, doing good, right, then I will come closer to God, because that's what God is also. Right? God is good. Right? And that's why when Baba says, I have good wishes, what does it really mean? Just think, have benevolent feelings towards everyone. Don't judge, don't criticize, don't. And that's what Sister Jayanti was also sharing. Don't be critical, don't gossip, whatever. What it really means is just be nice, just be good. And that's so simple. Actually, if you think about it, it's not difficult at all. Right? But the moment I forget this, then I feel that, whatever I earn, whatever, this is what belongs to me, right? But actually it doesn't. Nothing belongs to. Yeah, only the blessings that I have accumulated, that is what I will carry with. So then my whole attention will change. Right? Right. So it says, so whenever we look at, so how many times during the day we look at the watch or the time? How many times do we look at the time during the day? Many times. These days it's on the phone, right? So just say, okay, time kya hua hai, time kya hua hai, right? Or we're walking, talking, we'll just see what is the time. Sirat, do you look at watch, clock? Do you know what is the time right now? Huh? 6. So what is the homework? Next time when we look at the clock, what do we have to tell ourselves?
Time to go home.
Time to go. Be it a wall clock or a phone or whatever. We just have to tell ourselves, it's time to go. Bigger channel, bigger channel. And so then everything comes back in perspective. And then that's what God has said in the Murli, right? You just have to remember this. Ab ghar jana hai. That's it. Nothing else. No other effort needed. Isn't it? Sometimes we can make it so complicated. ये करे, ये करे, ये करे, क्या करे? कुछ नहीं करे. बस अभी घर जाना है. To go home. From where I came, I have to go back. That's it. And home is where? Who lives in the home? In a Lokik home also. Who lives in a home? Parents. Parents. And who else lives in a home? Huh? Family. Yeah, correct. Parents, brothers, sisters. That's all live. So who lives in the home of the soul? The parent of the soul and the family, the brothers of the soul. That's what it is. And so naturally, the moment I realize I have to go back home, I naturally see Baba, see God, I see the soul family. I realize, okay, and those, whoever I'm interacting with, are the same. Those same souls are all only here. There's no one else, right? Mhm. Sweet silence. Yeah. And very easy, and when there is time to perform action, you just remember, okay, now I'm coming back from my home to perform this task. And after the task is performed, then what do we do?
Go back
We
home.
again go back home. That's it's very easy, Baba said, in this way to maintain the stage. Right. So we have a little meditation, and it's just realizing that we souls are on a journey. And the more I remember that I am on a journey and I've come from my home of light and I go back to my home of light, it's a very easy way to then maintain that state of meditation. So let us experience for a few minutes. Just play it.
The traveller is the diamond spark, the soul. The traveller is the jewel between the eyes. The traveller is you. The traveller, the diamond spark, the soul, stands alone. Therefore, the wise traveller becomes the sage, only holding on to what is permanent.
The traveler is the soul. The soul is the traveler. The soul is you. Consciousness is everything. Losing soul consciousness, the traveler carries the 1,001 fears with all their names. These all are extra weight, unnecessary baggage. The road will seem longer, the journey more difficult. Remember who you are and travel light.
Remember who you are and travel light.
Truth is the companion, faithful through time. And so the wise traveler never fears solitude. And you are the traveler, unique and undivided, never absorbed.
You do not need to bend time to find me. It is all easier than you have been told.
Simply change your consciousness. Know yourself.
Know yourself. You are the jewel between your own eyes. Know this and come. Come and know me with your mind.
Father and child. Union.
Of silence. This is yoga.
You, the incorporeal, with your incorporeal Father. Relationship.
Just for a moment. Just where you are. Let your thoughts slip into silence. Be still.
Be
Shanti, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Maybe open up to see if anyone would like to share any thoughts. Please feel free.
Om Shanti. It was a beautiful session, Saurabai. I was just thinking in my mind, the fire change raw food to the cooked food, and fire change the image and the items in the different form, if you put anything in the fire. So when you do the fire meditation, basically you are burning, means we are burning the Maya, attachment, body image, emotions, lust, anger, greed, hurt, hatred, stress, worry, and that turn into the peace, love, and happiness. Om Shanti.
Very nice. Thank you for sharing that. Any other thoughts? We have angels here. You want to share some? Oh, Shanti. You want to share something? Okay.
Not that I can think of my sort of like a meditation for me, like as sister had said, like it's been a transformation experience. Wow. Like whatever negative experience you have in your life, whatever baggage that you carry with yourself, you can transform it through meditation. Bring peace in your life. And you gain different perspective on things. If you sit with yourself for some time, instead of keep just doing whatever going on. It's a transformation experience.
ऑप्शन अब कर जाना है। सुंदर स्लोगन जब हमें याद रहता है, बहुत सारे फाउंडेशन जो हमने पाले हुए हैं उससे हम सेव हो जाते हैं, लिबरेट हो जाते हैं, और सुर साइलेंस में जाने की जो लगन, उस लगन में मगन जब आत्मा हो जाती है तो वो सारे फाउंडेशन से डिटैच होकर अपने आप को लाइफ फील करती है। इसलिए दीदी का भी अभी समय चल रहा है, मेरी दीदी का भी यही स्लोगन था, घर जाना है। बिकॉज अब जो भी यहाँ के हमारे संस्कार जो हमें दुख देते हैं वो सब डिजर्व होने लगते हैं, उस लगन में जब मगन हो जाए कि अब घर जाना है, स्वीट साइलेंस हो जाए, उस पिता परमात्मा की याद जब बनी रहती है तो नीचे की जो दुनिया है उसमें जो आत्मा फंस जाती है तो उससे वो डिटैच होने लगती है, और कुछ जो बैड कर्मा अगर जो होने वाले हैं उससे वो सेफ हो जाती है, गुड कर्म की तरफ अटेंशन लगता है, क्योंकि गुड कर्म जब वो सोल करती है तो फ्लाई करती है, सबके प्रति शुभ भावना शुभकामना की फीलिंग उसके प्रति रहती है। तो इस प्रकार से आज का सेशन बहुत अच्छा रहा, ज्वालामुखी हो, और अभी समय अनुसार भी बाबा हम बच्चों को यही इशारा दे रहे हैं कि अब समय है ज्वालामुखी योग का, उसी से ही हमारे पुराने संस्कार जो हमें दुख दे रहे हैं वो रिजॉल्व हो सकते हैं, और कोई ऑप्शन थैंक यू बाबा, थैंक यू सर।
Shanti. खच्चर, कभी खच्चर की वजह से। अच्छा, क्योंकि ज्ञान अगर नहीं बोलते हैं, योग अगर नहीं बोला जाता है, तब योग की वजह से ज्ञान करना। और जो आदमी है उससे जो मिट्टी से लोहा भी बनता है, कॉपर भी बनता है, सिल्वर भी बनता है, सब कुछ बनता है उसी वजह से। और उसके लिए प्रोसेस में आपकी जरूरत है। और इसी में अब घर जाना है। एक छोटा सा एक कहानी याद आ रही है। टाइम है 2 मिनट। बोलिए कि एक बार एक मतलब परिवार था, तो जो उसका मुख्य था वो बहुत ज्यादा मतलब एग्रेसिव टाइप का, सारी बुराइयां उसके अंदर थी। माता पिता को रोज गाली देता, तुमने मुझे क्यों पैदा किया, क्या कौन सा एहसान किया। बच्चों को रोज गाली देना, पीटना, मिसेस को भी उल्टे पुल्टे बोलना, अड़ोसी पड़ोसी सबसे लड़ाई झगड़ा करना। किसी को मतलब थोड़ा सा कुछ मौका चाहिए बस लड़ने का, तो उसको कोई भी नहीं चाहता था। जब घर में घुसता था बच्चे छिप जाते थे, पत्नी सामने नहीं आती थी, अड़ोसी पड़ोसी सब भाग जाते थे कि पता नहीं क्या ये बोल देगा। तो एक दिन वो एक महात्मा के पास पूछा, बोला महात्मा जी मुझे कोई नहीं पसंद करता है, मैं क्या करूं? मैं परेशान हो गया हूँ, कोई मुझे नहीं पसंद कर रहा। बोला बस इतनी सी बात है, हाँ चिंता क्यों करते हो, तो बस 7 दिन तो जिंदा रहना है, बस 7 दिन बाद मर जाओगे, तो 7 दिन रोज चलो। ठीक है, लौटने लगा। सोचते हैं तो 7 दिन ही जिंदा रहना है मुझे, तो मैं क्यों लड़ता हूँ सबसे। 7 दिन की तो बात है, तो अड़ोसी पड़ोसी को गाली देता हूँ, पुलिस बात पड़ेगी, माँ को गाली देता हूँ, बच्चों को मारता पीटता हूँ, पत्नी को भी उल्टा पुल्टा बोलता हूँ। 7 दिन तो रहना है बस मुझे, फिर तो जाना ही है। अब मुझे बदलना चाहिए। अब नहीं, बहुत दे लिया। घर पर आया, माँ बाप के पास गया, मुझे पैर छुए, वो एकदम सरप्राइज हो गए कि क्या हो गया इसको। जो हमेशा गाली देकर बात करता था वो पैर छू रहा है। बोला नहीं नहीं, आपकी वजह से ही मैं इस दुनिया में आया हूँ, आप मेरे भगवान हो, आप सब कुछ हो। फिर पत्नी को बुलाया, पत्नी डरते थे, पता नहीं क्या, हाथ में एक थैला था उसके, वो थैला निकाल कर रखा, बोले बच्चों को बुलाओ। अब बच्चे डर रहे हैं, तो इधर भाग रहे उधर भाग रहे, नहीं बुलाओ सबको। डरते डरते बच्चे उसने थैला निकाला, उसमें से जलेबी लेके आया था, सबको जलेबी बांटने लगा। और सब देख रहे हैं, लेकिन फिर बोले नहीं आओ, सबको जलेबी बांट के अब सब। उसके बाद में वो अड़ोस पड़ोस में गया, बोला मैंने तुम लोग को बहुत तंग किया है, आगे से मैं तंग नहीं करूंगा, और जब भी कोई मेरी जरूरत में मुझे बताना, मैं आपकी सहायता करूंगा। बोले अच्छी बात है। चलो सोचे पगला गया ये। 1 दिन हो गया, 2 दिन हो गए, 3 दिन हो गए, तो सबने सोचा कि हाँ तो ये मतलब बदल गया है। तो सबने अब बच्चे को बहुत प्यार करने लगे, पत्नी भी प्यार करने लगी, माँ बाप भी करने लगे, और जो अड़ोसी पड़ोसी वो भी करने लगे। इससे अच्छा तो कोई हो नहीं सकता है। अब वो पहुंचे फिर महात्मा के पास, बोले महात्मा जी मैं मरना नहीं चाहता हूँ। क्यों, क्या हो गया? बोले सब मुझे इतना प्यार करते हैं। बोले बेकार है सभी, तुम्हें तो मरना ही है, और 2 दिन तुम्हारे हाथ में है बस, उसका तुम जिंदा रहना ही नहीं है। बोला नहीं है, मुझे जिंदा रहने दो। बोला अच्छा एक काम करो, आज के 7वें दिन मैं तुमको 2 पुड़िया दे रहा हूँ, एक पुड़िया खाकर तुम सो जाना, और उसको सांस रोकने की विधि बता दी कि तुम इतने टाइम के लिए अपनी सांस रोक सकते हो, जैसे लोग समझे तुम मर चुके हो। और बोले कि जब तक, और ये दूसरी पुड़िया पर तक ही नीचे रखते हैं, और जब तक मैं हरिओम नहीं बोलूं तब तक तुम कुछ नहीं बोलेगा, चाहे कुछ भी होता रहे। तुम सब सुनोगे, सब देखोगे, लेकिन तुम बोलोगे कुछ नहीं। बोला ठीक। 7वां दिन आया, वो अपना
लेट गया और सबने देखा, उठाया, नहीं उठ रहा है। सबने कहा तो मर गया। सब इकट्ठे होने लग रहे। माँ बाप बोलते अरे हमको उठा लेते, हमारे सामने हमारा बेटा चला गया। पत्नी बोलते अरे मुझे ले जाते, मैं अकेले क्या करूंगी। पड़ोसी पड़ोसी बोलते अरे हमको ले जाते हैं। इतने महात्मा जी आ गया वहां पर, बोले चिंता नहीं करो, ये जिंदा हो सकता है लेकिन किसी को मरना पड़ेगा। तो उन्होंने कहा कि ये इसके नीचे पड़िया है, इसमें जहर है, जो चाहता है वो जहर खा ले और मर जाए। तो उसने माँ बाप से पूछा कि, बोले अरे हमें, हम क्यों मरेंगे, और तो बच्चे हैं हमारे। पत्नी बोली अरे मुझे बच्चों को देखना है, अगर गए तो गए, अब बच्चों को कौन देखेगा। पड़ोसी पड़ोसी देखे क्योंकि किसने लगे। एक पड़ोसी ने बड़े उससे बोला महात्मा जी हम सब तो गृहस्थ हैं, हमारे परिवार हैं, आप बच्चे हैं, आप ही खा लो, अब तो कोई है ही नहीं, आप ही खा लो। तो महात्मा जी ने उठाया बढ़िया और खा लो। और वो अपने सब बोले मरे नहीं, बोले तो जहर तो कुछ नहीं थी। तो और फिर बोले हरि ओम। अब वो उठ के बैठ गया। तो मतलब कहानी, छोटी सी कहानी है। अगर हमको ये निश्चय हो जाए वो घर जाना है और टाइम निश्चित है, उससे ज्यादा हम रुक नहीं सकते यहाँ पर। ये हमको पता नहीं है कि कब जाना, कौन सी घड़ी आ रही है, घड़ी होगी। तो अगर हम ये निश्चय करना है तो हम अपने जितने बड़े काम में सकते हैं और अच्छे काम करेंगे। थैंक यू। Sure. Good. Thank you. Any other final thoughts? Okay, then have a great rest of the evening with Baba Om Shanti. Thank you. Om Shanti.
ओम शांति सौरभ भाई।
Om Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti Anaya.
Thank you. Shanti.
Still you